guys, Realtor Adele, your favorite realtor and investment property strategist. Welcome to the monthly housing market report where we discuss topics such as home prices, housing affordability, mortgage interest rates, and current real estate trends. In this month's report, we'll review most of what I just said, as well as take the temperature on home buying activity as home prices remain elevated and mortgage interest rates have not lowered as much as expected when we first entered 2024. In regard to home prices, home values have been on a steady climb all year. This chart is courtesy of Case-Shiller and FHFA and shows how much homes have appreciated month over month. These numbers have been seasonally adjusted so we get the full benefit of the actual data instead of numbers that are influenced by or from the busyness that's usually associated with the spring and summer seasons. The chart starts at January of 2023 and runs through March of 24. And what you will notice is that for over a year, home values have appreciated pretty much each month, with the exception of January of 2023, at least as reported by Case-Shiller. And then, of course, in January of 2024, we saw that there was not an appreciation in home values. The mid-year 2024 forecast for home price appreciation, the numbers are in, and it is at 2.9%, and this is the average rate at which home values are expected to appreciate this year. Here we can see the breakdown of how that number was derived based on forecasts from the various housing industry experts, namely Fannie Mae, HPES, MBA, Goldman Sachs, NAR, and Zillow, and of course Freddie Mac. You will notice that there is a bit of a gap between Freddie Mac's and Zillow's numbers or forecasts in comparison to the other industry experts of just how much home values will appreciate this year. However, what we do know is that supply and demand plays a major role in home values. As a result, we'll also have to factor in inventory levels. Right now, the average sales price of single-family detached homes in Metro Atlanta is a whopping $573,854 and $411,846 for condos and townhomes. That, my friends, is an average increase of $17,318 each month between February and May. We can't buy a home without figuring out financing, so let's talk mortgage interest rates. The average 30-year fix is currently at 6.95%, and that's an increase since a week ago. Inflation plays a significant role in mortgage rates, and when there's more risk in the economy, that is reflected in the overall cost to borrow money. It was expected that mortgage rates would have been lower than they currently are. At this time of the year, we are at the half point, and earlier this year or at the start of the year, it was expected that rates would have been lower than they currently are. The good news is they are under 7%, and hopefully we'll get closer to around 6.5 by year's end or as we move through the remainder of 2024. We've talked about home prices and mortgage interest rates. Let's take a look at housing inventory. Although inventory has increased each year since the health crisis, we are still at a deficit. The health crisis resulted in a depletion of whatever inventory was available. And again, we were already at a deficit when that happened. Now, new home builders have played a major role in filling that gap and being the answer to the lack of options that were available to home buyers who wasn't finding what they wanted or needed in a home. This is inventory levels for the same week in June, the first week in fact. So this is inventory levels for the same week in June in the year of 2019 and 2023. In this instance, we're not comparing 2020 through 2023, since the data for those years were heavily impacted again by the health crisis, and we want to compare apples to apples and take a look at levels during what we are considering the normal years in the real estate market. That said, 2023 is represented by the blue bar, and then the red bar represents 2019. At 38.4% in inventory levels was at 38.4% in 2023 and at 35.7% in 2019, which means that we had just a third more inventory in 23 than in 2019. So present day, we're still at a deficit inventory wise, and that is despite the amount of new homes that have been introduced to the marketplace. Here is a clearer depiction of inventory levels between 2017 and current year 24. And the data is for May of each year. Notice where we were in 2017 to just over 1,253,000 homes for sale, with inventory levels depleting 2 consecutive years. There was a big drop in 2020, rightly so, and even more of a drop in 2021 and 2022. As you're aware, we're all using our homes differently now, and we saw an uptick in home buyers or people wanting to buy a home as opposed to renting or being in a confined space. As new home builders added more options for buyers, inventory levels naturally increased to just over 582,000. And currently in 2024, we are just over 787,000 homes for sale. And if you compare these charts to present day in 2017, so if you compare current day to 2020 to 2017, we still have a way to go before catching up to where we were, which was 1 million plus in homes for sale. And that, of course, these are inventory levels prior to the health crisis. These are national numbers. This, my friend, is why you won't see a huge drop in home prices and why list price or home prices remain stable. Let's take a look at housing market trends in Metro Atlanta. The left side of this chart is for single family detached. The right side is for condo and townhomes. Pending sales, just over 3,700. Closed sales, 4,318. The days on market, 27. The average sales price for single family homes in Metro Atlanta, $573,854. And sellers are getting very close to their asking price at 99.4%. The month supply of inventory is just over 3 months. For condos and townhomes, the pending sales or homes that were under contract, just over 1,000. The ones that actually closed, 1,144. Days on market, 32. Average sales price $411,846, with sellers receiving 99% of their asking price. And the month supply of inventory is at 3.6. So I want to say something real quick about this. Right now we are still we are in a seller's market, and the month supply of inventory is what indicates that. A balanced market is when we have 6 months of inventory. And so you can see that with single family detached, we are just around 3 months. And then of course the condos and townhomes, we are at 3.6%, 3.6 months. And this is not, what do I want to say? This is not unusual, since buyers or people prefer single family detached instead of a condo or townhome. To recap, home values continue to appreciate month over month, with an average rate of appreciation of 2.9%. That's forecasted for 2024. The average sales price for single family detached homes in Atlanta is $573,854 and $411,846 for condos and townhomes. Between the months of February and May, we've seen a price increase of an average of $17,318, and that's for single family detached homes. The average 30-year fixed rate is at 6.95%. However, that's expected to balance out to around 6.5% by year's end. Inventory levels are still lower than they were prior to the health crisis, and with a healthy buyer demand, that is going to reflect in home prices, and home prices are expected to remain stable and competitive. Don't forget to grab your free copy of a home buyer or home seller's guide. The link is included within the description of this video, as well as you may scan the QR code that is on the contact page. Please share this video with anyone you feel may benefit from it. As always, it's my goal to bring you accurate information from trusted sources so that you can make the best decisions for yourself and your family. That's all for now. I'll see you on the next video. Happy 4th, by the way. Enjoy your independence.